And hello and welcome to episode 19 of Shooting the Shit with Jim. I am the host, Jim, and with me, as you can see, is my very special guest, Larry from the Horrorcat Dad. Larry, how are you today, sir?
Doing good, sir. Good. Thank you so much for having me on.
No, thank you for being here. I'm a big fan of your channel and your content, and it's the first time that we've actually had a proper conversation. But we do go back and forth in comments on each
Yeah,
other's channels quite a bit, and
yeah, for sure.
like I said, I really appreciate you being here. So thank you. And I see we've already got a couple of people in the comments and chat. So before we get into the show, let's go ahead and acknowledge some people here real quickly. We've got Patrick from here, have Cheater Will View. Hey, Patrick, how's it going, buddy? And we've got Stacy from Makers of Movies. And yes, Stacy, I will be asking him that question momentarily. Patrick wants to know, will Corey Feldman last 2 weeks on Dancing with the Stars?
I'm gonna say no.
I haven't watched a moment of it. I do know he's on it, but no, I could care less. But thank you, Patrick, as always. We've got Mr. Dan here. Hey, Dan, thank you so much, buddy. I always appreciate you being here. Oh, that's a good question. Best horror movie featuring a cat or cats?
I would say either Uninvited or Tales from the Dark Side.
Tales from the Dark Side's a good pick. Uh, Got to go with Pet Cemetery, man. Got
Yeah,
to go.
that would be like that's in my top five.
And if
But it's
and
just
if
like the ones I think about first, especially
yeah,
because not too long ago I saw the Uninvited again, so it's just kind of like I don't know. It's it's
no, it's
it's
fair enough.
silliness. It's
The first
nonsense.
thing, actually, the first thing that popped into my head, and it's not a very good movie, is Sleepwalkers.
I'm a
Clovis
fan.
the cat is the hero of that
Yep.
movie, and yeah. So let's see here. Words and pictures here. Shit getting shot again. Well put, sir. Thank you. And Patrick cannot be in here more than 5 minutes without making some sort of reference to Dirty Dancing. Jennifer Grey versus Air Force Amy. Oh, Patrick. Oh, Patrick. And Melina is here. Robert Redford's son died in 2020. Yes, and we are going to be talking about Robert Redford in a little while. But thank you for being here, Melina, as always. And the rat bastard himself, Corey from Wilkie's Movies and Music is here. Corey, how are you, buddy? Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I love Corey. I called him the rat bastard like a month ago on one of his little chat rooms, and it just kind of took off,
Took off.
So yeah. And Adam is here. Hey, Adam, how you doing, buddy? All the way from the UK. He says, "Hi there, Jim. Hope you're doing well. I am. Thank you. I'm new to your guest host. Good evening, sir, and all the best from the UK. Hope everyone in the chat is doing well also. Thank you, Adam. And yes, if you haven't done so, please check out Larry over at the Horcat Dad. I will be giving him plenty of chances to plug his content momentarily once I get done saying hello to all of you. Dan says The Uncanny with Peter Cushing is a good cat horror movie. Absolutely. Jeff is here. Hey, Jeff, how you doing, buddy? Thank you so much. Great show with Garrett the other day with that Seagal movie, dude. That was great. And okay, I think we're caught up. Okay, so Larry, let's start the show proper. And I always ask this first before I go into the fun stuff, but always got to get the business out of the way. So, how did you get your start on YouTube, sir?
Uh, well, it's interesting because I started getting into collecting again a couple years back, and then I would get excited. And I'll tell you, my first the figure that got me back into collecting was this Mondo release a big Creature from the Black Lagoon figure.
Nice.
I absolutely fell in love with it. My wife got it for me for Christmas, and yeah, it kind of got me back into it. And it was I love the Creature from the Black Lagoon, and I would talk about other figures that were being released, and my wife's like, "Why don't you create a YouTube channel and review this stuff?" And then she wasn't the only one. Like my buddies too, they would say like, "Hey man, why don't you just talk about this stuff? Like, why don't you just create a channel?" I'm like, I don't know, because I'm a very private person, for the most part. But yeah, once I did my first one, I was just like, okay, I think I can do this. And then once I started, getting a couple of people, I was like, okay, well, I guess people dig my reviews, and that's pretty much that's the gist of it for the most part.
And how long ago was that?
Actually, this year in October, of all things, is going to be my third year anniversary.
Nice. 3 years and plugging away.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, the thing that I like about your channel, as opposed to a lot of other horror channels, so to speak, is that you'll talk about movies and this and that and the other, but then you'll also talk about the collectibles and stuff. And I've never really been into the collectibles as much. But I gotta admit, you got some cool stuff, man. You got some really cool stuff.
Thank
And
you.
I remember, I don't remember exactly when. I think it was in the wintertime, probably around Christmas time, when you and Corey and a bunch of other people were buying those mystery boxes and doing, what's in the box, like,
Yeah.
straight out of Seven. And I got to admit, when I saw that Ed 209 from RoboCop, I got very jealous. Very
Me
jealous.
too. Me too. I
Because
mean, it's like,
I'm a
dang, man.
huge RoboCop fan. And I told my wife, you can call it a toy, you can call it whatever you want. I would love to have that damn thing sitting on my shelf, collecting dust. It's just beautiful. So,
But and that thing is heavy too. Like
yeah.
it's got some weight to it. It's legit. I mean,
Yeah, no, that thing looked solid,
yeah.
So when I
I
saw
mean,
it, just from looking at it through the camera, it was like, oh my God, that thing's beautiful. So,
yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. You guys do. You especially, you'll always have these little unboxings or unveilings and stuff. And you get a lot of cool stuff. You get a lot of stuff that I'm not really interested in, but you do get a lot of really cool stuff. So,
Yeah,
we're going to,
it's one of those things where like I try to, I'm very particular about what I get.
mm-hmm.
And so yeah, it's just the stuff that like, like the subspecies stuff, that's something like, and we can get into it more further, but yeah, like that stuff, I'm anything Creature from the Black Lagoon, more than likely I'm gonna pick up, you know what I mean? Or Universal Monsters, I'll more than likely pick it up. So yeah, I'm a sucker.
Like I said, we're going to get into that in a little bit later. But yeah, that's awesome. And here's the next question, which Stacy already kind of tried to ask earlier, but I always ask every guest, regardless of what kind of movies they're into. Do you remember the first film you ever saw at a movie theater, at a cinema?
The first one that I remember, that I honestly remember seeing, was I'm trying to remember if it was like, and it's gonna be a weird one.
It could be whatever.
It was either the Care Bears movie or it was a Star Trek movie. I think it was like 4.
Oh, the whales?
Yeah, the whales one. Yeah, it was one of those two.
We'll go with Star Trek. No, Care Bears. I mean, you were obviously a little kid.
Yeah, so. I was a kid. I was
He's like, yeah, no, I was 22 at the time, and it was awesome. Do you remember the first video you ever saw at home? Whether it was DVD or VHS or whatever. That somebody brought home and said, "Hey, we're going to watch a movie."
The first one that I actually remember a lot more. It was my mom didn't bring it home. We were at an aunt's house, or my mom's aunt at the time. She's gone now, but Ghostbusters, the original Ghostbusters.
That's a popular answer, believe it or not, with a lot of people.
That was the first one, because we didn't have a VCR until like I was like maybe later in the 80s, like almost like mostly everybody else had VCRs. So we didn't get one. We got one late in the late 80s.
Gotcha. No, like I said, very good. And again, the Care Bears thing, I get it. Like I said, you were a little kid, and that's what I usually tell people. It's like more often than not, the one that they remember, it usually is a kid's film, because they were small at the time. Mine happened to be Battle for the Planet of the Apes. And I don't remember seeing the movie as much as going to the drive-in to see it. You know what I mean? If that makes any kind of sense. I've seen that movie 100 times since. I know it really well. But I couldn't tell you the specifics of it, that night. But I do have vivid memories of getting in the car with my brothers and sister and my parents and going to the drive-in to see that. And I was like 6, maybe 6 or 7. So,
but and that's the thing, is like my mom swears up and down that she took me to go see the Star Wars films in the drive-in, because there used to be a drive-in where we used to live, so they would replay the Star Wars film. I was like, I don't remember any of that.
Yeah.
Like she said, like, yeah, it would take you, and I'm like, I think you're lying, because I don't remember watching. I remember when I remember when I got A New Hope on VHS, the original, Fox. What is it? CBS Fox, or what was it? The old logo. The old
The
logo of
well,
20th
CBS
Century
Fox
Fox.
or whatever it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Like I remember getting that one. I remember when I got that VHS for the first time, and I ran the heck out of it. You know.
Yeah, before Lucas changed like 25 things with it. Yeah. And again, people call it A New Hope. That movie's called Star Wars, my friend. So, but yeah, as far as seeing those movies at the drive-in, I saw Empire Strikes Back at the drive-in.
Nice.
And not because that
Nope.
movie's so damn dark.
Oh.
You couldn't see a damn thing. I mean, literally, I could hear what's going on, but I could, especially the fight between Luke and Vader. Because that is a very dark scene. And watching that on a drive-in screen, good luck. Not to mention that they didn't even have another movie before it, because drive-ins usually have 2 movies. Because it was Star Wars, they knew that they were going to make so much damn money on it. They ran like 45 minutes of Tom and Jerry cartoons before the damn. Oh yeah, my dad was bitching the whole time. We can watch this at home, that sort of thing. So, okay, let me get back into comments real quick before I get into my stuff. Kevin's here all the way from Florida. Kevin, thank you so much as always. Kevin's a real one. He's there every week. I've seen you both on other channels recently. Jim with Garrett, yes, and Cat Dad on with Matthew earlier. Yeah, we're taking over, man. America, fuck yeah. No, Garrett. I was on Garrett's channel the other day. It was great. He had a training video from the 90s for a movie theater. And, I worked in the cinema for years. So he was like, dude, you got to come out here and critique this thing. And oh my God, it was some of the funniest shit I've ever seen. I mean, the best thing was that if a guest gets hurt, number 1, be polite. Number 2, do not admit fault. Number 3, don't talk about the accident. I'm like, who knew that the mob owned this theater chain?
Well, when I jumped in the chat at the time, like I was like, "Are y'all watching a video on like IT or something?"
No,
like it was like behind the scenes. They were like talking about the computers and all this stuff, and like the systems, and I was like, "What? Like, what's going on here?"
The whole gist on that hour and 40 video is that if you work for this company, you always got to know what the manual says. It's sweep and clean. That's all you do. I mean, regardless of what your job is, you're always cleaning something. Yeah, that shit was painful to watch, but oh my God, I was laughing my ass off. Oh, Daniel's here all the way from Sweden. Daniel, thank you so much for being here, buddy. I appreciate you as always. We've got Papa Goss is here. Hey, Papa, how you doing, buddy? And yeah, I see you're asking lots of questions, Stacy. We'll get to those in a minute. I'm just going through, making sure I didn't miss anybody. Adam, just sub to your channel. Larry, sounds like you have very similar interests. And please, everybody, I can't say it enough. If you have not already done so, please go over to Larry's channel at the Horror Cat Dad and show him some love. He's a great guy. He's got a great channel. This might be the best question Patrick's ever asked. Rabbit season or duck season?
Rabbit season.
Yeah, I got to go with rabbit season too. Okay, well, I'll give you this one, Stacy. Do you have a favorite Jude Law performance?
Closer.
Good one. I like Jude Law. I'll go with Enemy at the Gates.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah, I like Enemy with the Gates. And Daniel says, watched Cut and Run yesterday. Made no sense whatsoever, but lots of fun. Hey, some of those movies are my favorites. And speaking of, all right, let's get to it. Here comes my first game of the day. We're actually gonna play this game twice. We're gonna play it later on too, but first time we're calling top 3. Okay. I'm gonna ask you a specific genre of film. You tell me the top 3 of that genre, the first 3 to pop into your head. It doesn't have to be, nobody's holding a gun to your head. You're not going to be, you're not going to be asking, hey, Larry said Star Wars last week and he said Tron this week. The fucking, no, none of that. Okay. So again, off the top of your head, no pressure. It's all just top of your head. So here we go. Top 3 comedy films. Go.
Oh, you know what? I was thinking about this earlier too, which is funny. Top three comedies. I gotta go. Always, I Back to School. Love Back to School. These are not. These are not in any. These are not in any order either.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like I love Back to School. Caddyshack always gets me, and a little bit. I mean, Big Lebowski later on.
Nice. I was gonna say Big Rodney fan, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, he's the best.
Yeah, Back to School is great. I'm a big fan of Easy Money as well. I think Easy Money's a great movie. Okay.
And even then, even though people crap on it, it's like I still loved his performance in Ladybugs.
Ladybugs is actually a funny movie. I mean,
Right.
It's not a good movie. It's not something that I would watch over and over. But as far as those types of movies go, yeah, it's decent.
Yeah, it's like me and my buddies were always like, "Mall's on fire! Mall's on fire!" It's like he's great in that.
Top 3 action, and by action I mean standard action, not sci-fi, not action.
Straight up.
Yes.
Okay. Number 1, Commando. Love Commando. Yeah, that's number 1, Commando.
Okay.
First Blood Part 2.
Okay.
And wow. Trying to think. Third one. Terminator 2. Oh, well, it's sci-fi. So
yeah, that's okay. I'll let that one slide though, because Terminator 2, at the end of the day, it is just. I mean, yeah, it's sci-fi, but it's mainly action. So that's fine. Because here we go, top 3 sci-fi, and you can't say Terminator 2 since you already used it for action.
Empire Strikes Back, Blade Runner, and Predator.
Nice. Now I'm going to throw a curveball your way.
Okay.
Top 3 kids films. They can be animated or not, but basically family films.
Flight of the Navigator, Secret of NIMH. Trying to think. Well, Secret of NIMH, like that's kind of dark, right?
No, but that's still an animated.
Okay.
Like, at the time, it was considered a children's film, and all those cartoons from back in the day were pretty damn dark.
And Sword in the Stone.
Oh, I love Sword in the Stone. It's outside of WALL-E, it's my favorite Disney cartoon. I adore Sword in the Stone.
That's great. I love that one. I feel like it's underrated for sure. I actually was going between that one and Robin Hood.
Robin Hood's really good too.
That's my favorite Disney one. But those two are neck and neck. I mean, Sword in the Stone is a Disney one, but I feel like it gets like no love.
Oh, none at all. Not as far as the classic ones go. It gets forgotten about, and it's outside of WALL-E, it's my favorite Disney cartoon. It is. Okay, awesome. See, that wasn't too bad. Let's see what we got here. Oh, Barry's here. Evening, lads. Thank God the summer is over, as Jim won't be cooking those dodgy burgers and giving people food poisoning. Coming from a guy in the UK which invented, mad cow disease, I wouldn't be, throwing rocks too much, Barry. Go watch a friggin' Steven Seagal movie and have your beans for breakfast. That's the other thing, okay? British full English breakfasts, because I got into a discussion with some of my friends over in the UK about this, where they say that all we eat is a bunch of crap for breakfast, pancakes and sugar and this and that. And they might have a point, okay? But have you ever had beans on your breakfast plate? I ain't talking refried beans. I'm talking like pork and beans on a plate with eggs and bacon and all that shit in the morning. Because the thought of that disgusts me. It's just.
I have, because Mexican restaurants, oddly enough, when they serve breakfast, it's either refried beans or you can get pinto beans.
Okay.
One or the other. So
refried beans I've had, for like breakfast burritos and shit like that. Mexican breakfast. But the idea of having like a can of Bush beans with an omelet just really grosses me out.
Yes, I can't get into it.
And what the hell is blood sausage? It looks like hockey pucks. Little black hockey pucks. I mean,
blood sausage. I've never had that. I mean,
or blood pudding or whatever the hell it's called. I don't know. I'm sure Barry could, blood something. I don't know. I don't eat none of that crazy shit. Okay, let's see. Oh, here we go. Wings Hauser Commando or Vernon Wells Commando?
Come on, Patrick. As much as Wings is the man, we got to go with Vernon Wells Commando. Come on, Patrick. Come on.
Captain Crunch's life. And
I don't
Sean's
know.
here. Hey, Sean, how you doing, buddy? Thank you so
Hey,
much
Sean.
for being here, bud.
I don't know. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I don't know.
Okay, we're going to play the next game. And I love this game. This is usually my favorite game. Overrated, underrated. Where you get a chance, any movie, doesn't matter the genre, that you feel is overrated as hell and underrated as hell. And by the way, by overrated, you could still like the movie. Okay. And by underrated, you know, it could still be a liked movie. You just don't think it gets the love it deserves. Okay. If that makes any kind of sense whatsoever.
Yep.
So go ahead. What's your overrated movie? And why?
Overrated, I would say, honestly, I would say the Terrifier films.
Okay. And why?
There's, to me, and to be fair, I've only seen one of them,
Mhm.
but it just, to me, and the little things I have seen of the other ones, I feel like it's just all shock value for the sake of shock value. And that's cool. Like, if people like it, that's fine. But when people try to tell me to check it out and they try to like debate me on why it's so good, I'm like, it's just not for me.
Right.
The effects are cool.
Right.
And the film I did see, I really enjoyed the score for it, but I was falling asleep.
Yeah. I've never seen any of the 3 Terrifier films, to be honest. And for the very reason that you just said, I like gore as much as the next guy, but there's got to be something besides just that.
Right.
And by all indications, that's more or less what those movies are. They're just, how extreme can we get with the kills? And again, I'm down with that, but at the same time, I need something, so eventually I'm going to watch them though.
Like the one that's, and I tell people this, if you like Terrifier, if you haven't seen Laid to Rest is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen the second one yet, but it's pretty much the same thing. It's like the guy's going around killing like people and stuff like that. And it's pretty gory and insane. Like some of the kills, but I mean, I enjoyed that one over, Terrifier. I only saw Terrifier 2 because somebody was like really, really telling me, oh, you got to watch this one. This one's like an 80s slasher.
Ain't that one like 3 hours long or some shit too?
Yeah, it's friggin' long. It's friggin' long. And it's just, that's what I was saying. I was falling asleep because it was just like, okay, I maybe chuckled once.
Yeah.
Because there was this one part that was funny and I was not expecting it. But other than that, I mean, the only thing that really kept me engaged was the score. Everything else, I was just kind of like, I was just falling asleep.
Gotcha. Okay, what about underrated?
Biodome.
You and Pete. That was one of his favorite comedies last week when I gave him the top 3.
I love Biodome. I know it's not a good movie. Like, I know it's not, but to me, I just love that movie. I love it. I joke all the time. Me and my buddy saw it like probably like 8 times in the theater. That's the only reason why that movie made money is because
you're the one.
Yeah. Why I never got a sequel, I don't know. Yeah.
It's like me. I saw Lawnmower Man like 5 times. Bought tickets for it. And I wasn't working at the theater at the time. I was paid money to see Lawnmower Man at least 4 times, and everybody's like, "Damn, I wouldn't pay to see that piece of shit once." And it was like, "Hey, it's bad. I love it." So.
Hey, I paid to see that one too. I actually saw that one in the theater as well. It was like, I enjoyed it. I mean,
yeah, I really enjoy that movie, believe it or not. And again, it's not good. I won't defend it.
It's better than the sequel.
Oh God. Yeah, that movie with Max Headroom is pretty damn unwatchable.
I mean, like, if people are talking trash about the first one, I mean, have you seen the second one?
Yeah, that movie's unwatchable. It is so bad. Daniel says overrated Forrest Gump, underrated Jason X. Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely on both counts. And even Patrick agrees with that. Let's see here. Barry says, you can't beat British cuisine, Jeff. Best in the yeah. Black pudding. Okay, I get it. I thought black pudding was like chocolate pudding until I saw those hockey pucks that you people eat. And see, even he hates the beans and he's not a fan of that. All right.
Oh,
Barry. Man. That's awesome. Oh, man. I love Barry. He's awesome. Okay. Most of the running motif on this show, okay, when it comes to movies, is that people always bitch that there's no good movies these days. Everything is recycled and repackaged and it's the same old crap. Okay. And for the most part, I tend to agree with that. Okay. But 2025 has actually been a decent year.
Yeah.
So far, especially for horror. Have you seen a lot of 2025 releases so far this year?
I mean, I wouldn't say a lot, but it's a lot more than the past couple of years. Like
Yeah.
I've been to the theater this year, like way more than I have in the last couple of years. Like the one that I was really, really anticipated for, and I dragged my wife to was Toxic Avenger.
How is that? I haven't seen that yet.
I loved it. Me and
Mhm.
my wife, we were laughing the whole time.
Yeah.
Like it was so silly, so gory. It was a lot. I mean, we had a lot of fun with it. Like I really enjoyed it. I'm glad that it finally came out and it got a release like on the big screen.
Right.
You know, it was a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed it. That's probably like so far that's the most fun I've had
Yeah.
like with a movie
Yeah.
like at the theater.
Not the best movie, but your favorite so far.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's what I
No,
always say.
I mean, I for me, I give it 4 stars just because of the not just like everybody in it was great, like everybody
Mhm.
was hilarious, like all the stuff around, like basically the movie as a whole, I give it 4 stars because it was so much fun to
Yeah.
watch.
Hey, I get it. That's the way I feel about The Monkey. You know, a lot of people were like, that movie's no good. And I'm like, no, that movie is a blast. And it's not scary, but it's fun.
Yeah,
And there's moments in that movie that had me crying with laughter. You know, I mean, literally, you know, we'll do our best for you boys, but chances are our best ain't going to be very good because we never wanted kids. You know, we're swingers. I mean, it was just, what the hell, man? I mean,
yeah. And yeah, I tell the people about that one too because I think I told you I had finally got to see it. It was when it came to Hulu, and I was just like, oh my god, man, this is great.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, it's just like it's
it's,
so it seems like they're trying to play it straight, but
yeah.
just the ridiculousness of it, it just makes it that much more funnier.
And the dialogue is ridiculous, but again,
Oh
it's
yeah.
just so. The monkey must be vanquished. Click. He's like, what the hell are you doing? Await my signal. What are you, fucking Batman? I mean, yeah, I did. I love that movie. But keeping that in mind, okay, I'm gonna go through a list of some of the horror films that came out this year,
Okay.
and you just tell me whether you like them, didn't like them, or haven't seen them. Okay,
Okay.
we'll just go through them. You don't have to go into it too much, or you can if you want. Okay. But top of the list, it's got to be Sinners.
Overhyped for me.
Okay, fair enough. Final Destination Bloodlines.
Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that movie's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. Until Dawn.
Haven't seen it yet. I want to check it out, but I've heard bad things, so that's why I kind of.
It's better than what people say it is. It's
Okay.
again, it's fun. It's not great. Okay, I won't tell you that it's a great movie, but it is fun. The Clown in the Cornfield.
I want to see that. I
Yeah,
haven't seen it yet, but I want to see it. I've heard people say good things about it, and I just the look of it. I've seen the trailers and stuff, and I was like, man, I want to check this out.
yeah, I haven't seen it yet either. I did see this one though. Dangerous Animals.
I want to see that one too because
That was
I hear that what's his name
Jai Courtney.
Jai Courtney is really good in it.
He's awesome in it, and I don't like that guy. I didn't think he could ever, you know, I didn't think he could act. And quite frankly, he's the reason to watch that movie. He's awesome. You could tell he's having a ball, you know.
So you didn't like him in Terminator Genesis?
No, to be honest, I never watched Terminator Genesis.
It's a lot better than Dark Fate.
Yeah, I never watched that one either. I gave up after Salvation. I was like, I'm done with this shit.
Yeah.
I just, you know, I love the first two. You know, to me, Terminator and Terminator 2 are like perfect movies.
Yep.
Everything, you know, Terminator 3, there's parts of it that I liked, but overall I didn't.
Like the talk to the hand, that's your favorite part?
Yeah. Salvation, I didn't like at all. I mean, I didn't like it all. So that's when I was like, I'm out. Okay. Weapons.
I really liked it, but I feel it could have been shorter. And there were some parts that I was like, it kind of took me out of it. But I really loved the beginning, and I really loved the ending. It's just some of the if people have watched it, I'm not going to spoil anything.
Yeah.
But if people have seen it, there's certain parts that I feel like didn't have to be in there.
Gotcha.
In the middle part of it, but the beginning had me invested, and then once it got to that last 30 minutes, I was like, oh
God.
man, it's starting to ramp up. I'm like, man, this is good.
Yeah, the finale of that movie is batshit crazy.
Oh yeah,
it's so much fun. Although I will say the one complaint that I've got about it, as much as I love that ending, it ends abruptly.
Yep.
Right then and there. It's like boom, credits, and it's like holy shit, that's it. You know, I mean, that's the one thing that I was like, okay, they could have had like a little wrap up of some kind, but whatever. But I enjoyed that movie quite a bit. We just talked about The Monkey. Have you seen Companion?
I haven't, but from what people have told me, it's one that I want to check out with my wife because it has a sci-fi element, and she's into sci-fi films. Yeah. So I kind of been holding off from watching it just because like I want to see it with her so we can both.
That movie's great.
Okay.
That movie, I recommend that one highly. I do. Okay. Now this one I haven't seen, so I'll ask you if you have. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I wanted to see it, but then I heard a lot of bad things about it.
Yeah, I didn't like the original, so I had no desire to see the reboot. And from what I hear, yeah, it's pretty bad. But
I think I liked the original because I remember seeing the original and I liked it, but I think it's also because of the soundtrack.
Yeah,
you know, when you open up with Type O Negative,
yeah,
kind of like, I mean, that's already points for me because I'm a huge Type O Negative fan. So it's just like, I think it's more the soundtrack that kind of got me into that film.
Nice. Yeah, my main problem with that film, and it was with a lot of films around that time, is once Scream came out, there were so many Scream-like films. You know, like
Yep.
Kind of like when Tarantino, same thing. When Pulp Fiction came out, there was like a whole wave of Tarantino-like films that are like, some good, some bad, but none of them as good as that original.
Yeah.
And that's my main problem. I mean, I'm not saying that the original is a bad movie. It's just it didn't connect with me. This one, I don't know if you've seen yet, but I got to ask, The Long Walk.
I haven't seen it yet. Since that one just came out, I've heard it's pretty brutal, so I want to check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because from what I've heard, I saw like Marty's review of it and stuff, and I've seen some other people's reviews on it, and I was just like, man, I want to. If it's as brutal as people are saying,
it is.
And I'm a person that like I like movies that are kind of on. I like movies that are kind of like have a downer of an ending, where it's like, I don't know, where it's just like the bad guys win, or it's just like.
There's Texas right there. Hey, Texas, good for you. And yeah, all I'll say about The Long Walk, best movie of the year I've seen so far. Nice. By far. And it is brutal, and it'll rip your heart out. That's all I'll say about it. It's a great film. So
nice.
Can't recommend it enough. All right, awesome. I'm sure I missed some, but those are like the big ones that have come out so far, this year. But there have, man. I gotta say, the majority of those films, whether they're great or classics or not or whatever, the majority of them, they're fun. That's the one thing about these movies this year, for the most part. They've been fun, So that gives me hope for the future.
My main problem with Sinners was I feel like it was shot really well. It was up until the vampires part, like I was like, man, this movie is really good. You know, like I was more interested in their backstory and their, and then the vampire stuff happened. It took me out when the electric guitar came out of nowhere when they were doing that.
See, now that's the scene that got me, that transfixed me into the movie.
Oh, okay.
Because maybe it's because I've got a musical background. I played the drums and such. But I gotta admit, when that scene started, okay, yeah, I felt the same way as you. I was like, what the fuck is this? I mean, this is kind of. But then as it kind of came in the focus, and I understood where he was going with it, okay, then it just totally transcended for me, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. So to each his own. I get it. I was lucky enough to see it before it got super overhyped. I think if I would have seen it, like when it came out on Max or something, I probably would have been disappointed. I saw it like within 2 weeks of release, and up until 2 movies, it was my favorite movie of the year. So, the
Yeah,
long,
and I think that's probably what happened with me, because once it hit Max, I was like, okay, let me see if this is as good. Because last year with The Substance, people were saying the same thing. Oh,
yeah,
this and
yeah,
this and this, and I was like, okay, it's too long, and it was good. All the people that were in it, I still feel Demi should have won the award for it.
yeah,
Um, the effects were good. Just a lot of the stuff, I was just kind of like, okay, this movie's too long. It's too, there's parts that took me out of it, and I was just like, all right, but it was good. I mean,
yeah. No, I like The Substance, but again, I think that one was a little bit overhyped as well. Oh, but I did enjoy it. But to me, the best movie last year was Strange Darling, which nobody saw. And
I need to watch that one. I haven't seen that one.
oh my God, that movie's phenomenal. Okay, but it's written by the same guy that wrote the Long Walk, and that's why I was like, oh, awesome, But yeah, that's a movie that made no money, that had no ad campaign, none of this and that and the other, and I loved it. I thought it was just, I can't recommend that one enough either. But the one thing I will tell you about that film, it's told non-linear. Okay. It's told in 6 chapters, and the chapters are out of order, but they tell you that from the get-go. So, and a lot of people get turned off by that. They like their shit, cut and dried, and it's like, no, man, I like movies that'll play with you a little bit. So
well, clearly they don't like Pulp Fiction then, right?
That's you know what? When Pulp Fiction came out, a lot of people didn't, for that very reason. And it's like, wait a minute, what's Travolta doing back? He just got shot. I mean, it would always mess with them. And it's like, it's told non-linear. Get over it, I mean, yeah. If they don't see a DeLorean, they get confused, so. Stacy agrees with you that Robin Hood's great. Oh God, Barry. He's doing this to bait me. I know it. That movie's a piece of shit.
I take Manhattan over that one any day.
Yeah, me too. And I don't like Manhattan either, but I would rather watch Manhattan than Jason Goes to Hell. Although I will say, and I say it every time, the opening sequence of Jason Goes to Hell is phenomenal. It really is.
It's the best part of the film.
Yeah, everything beyond that is a ripoff of The Hidden, and not done as well. So. Here we go. Favorite Dustin Hoffman movie?
Oh man. I want to man. I really liked his performance in Rain Man, but I also really like was it oh my God, I can't even remember the name of it. The Western. It's an older movie.
Little Big Man?
Yeah, Little Big Man. That one.
Yeah, Stuart. I don't know. That.
I really enjoy that one.
I'll go with Tootsie. I love Tootsie. Except for Presence, that was trash. I haven't seen that one. Flight Risk was, that's a horror movie just because it's bad. Mark Wahlberg's hairline
with the
scariest thing in that movie. He looks like us. It's scary. Clown in a Cornfield is fun. That's what Dan says. I tend to agree with Dan's opinion most of the time, so I'll check that one out. Jai was good in Jack Reacher. Genesis over Dark Fate any day. I agree, Larry. Let's see here. People saying hello. Hello. I saw that question, Stacy, but that one's too open-ended, so we're going to, let's see here. Juno's here. Hey, Juno, how you doing, buddy? Thank you so much for being here. And I look forward to seeing you online again soon, buddy. And he says, Sinners, Final Destination, and The Monkey was good, but I didn't care about I Know What You Did Last Summer, him, and Weapons. Oh, yeah, I forgot about him, but that just came out. So
I heard that one was bad.
I've been hearing really bad things. But when I first heard about that movie, I was like, what? It didn't, Marlon Wayans, who can be a good actor. I'm not picking on him, but the man's in his 50s and he's supposed to be playing a football player. I mean,
I guess whatever. Tom Brady did it for so long, right? They can.
Yeah, I guess. Jim, if you played any Def Leppard, would you drum with 2 arms or one? I would use both. But I've got mad respect for Rick Allen, so he plays better with 1 arm than I do with 2. So let's put it that way.
except for the wife beating stuff.
Yeah.
You remember that? Like, I don't
Yeah.
know if you remember hearing that
Yeah.
back in the day.
Oh yeah, I remember. 28. Oh, I forgot about 28 years later. Did you
I
see
haven't
that
seen
one?
it. Again, it's one of those I was like, oh man, I really wanted to watch it, and then I started hearing stuff, and I was like,
Disappointing. 28 years later, I mixed on it. I enjoyed the first half, but the second and third act kind of suck. One thing I hated, they didn't use John Murphy music. Hope they used it in the Bone Temple. Yeah, I'll check out the Bone Temple just because I want to know where it's going. But I'm with Juno. The beginning of that movie is better than the ending. And the last, again, no spoilers. I'm not giving anything away. The last scene of that movie is crazier than the ending of Weapons. But unlike the
not in a good
Weapons
way.
that I was like, yeah, it comes out of nowhere in 28 years later, and I'm just sitting there scratching my head going, what the fuck is this? You know, so when you see the movie, I think you'll know what I'm talking about. So,
Yeah, I saw a review from Marty, the Trash Picture Show, and he said that it's just like bad, insane, and it was where did that come from? And I don't know what happens, but just that and what you're saying, I'm just like, those
yeah.
hearing that from people, I was just like, oh man, really?
Yeah. And I've talked to friends of mine over in the UK, and they say that it's a British thing. That if you are from the UK, it makes a little more sense than, you know, for something. It's almost like it's a spoof on something. I don't know. First, the only thing I thought of was like, and again, I'm not giving anything away for whatever reason. That last scene reminded me something out of the fucking Power Rangers, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" And that's all I'll say. You know? So, okay, Juno. Oh, I forgot about Marathon Man for Dustin Hoffman. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Is it safe? Is it safe? Yeah. Rain Man, Midnight Cowboy. Weapons wasn't terrible, but it didn't do much for me, and I felt one-time watch. I prefer Monkey and Sinners over it. Fair enough. I love Weapons. I'm definitely going to be picking it up when it comes out.
I'd watch it again because that beginning and that ending, just like,
I think it's going to be one of those movies that the more times you watch it, the more shit you'll pick up on.
yeah. And
you
then
know what I mean?
now they're saying that they're gonna do
a prequel.
The prequel. So,
yeah, which quite honestly, I hope they don't. I would rather just leave it the way it is.
Yeah.
I do hope Amy Madigan gets a hell of a lot more work now.
It really threw me off that like I didn't recognize who she was until like halfway into her when she appears.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap, it's Shanice from Uncle Buck.
Yeah.
And I was
Kevin
just
Costner's
like,
wife from Field of Dreams, man.
Yeah. I was just like, oh my God, man. Like, she's creepy.
No, she's phenomenal. She is phenomenal. I've always liked her, you know, and it was good to see her in a substantial role again. So let's see here. Kavinsky's here. Hey, how's it going? Thank you so much for being here. Barry says, top 3 films for Halloween night. Good question.
That's hard because, well, part of it's hard. Like, one of them for sure is either the original Dawn of the Dead or Night of the Living Dead. It's one of those that I have to end the night off with one of those films, just because I love those are probably like my two, like they're neck and neck for my favorite horror movie of all time.
Yeah.
So I always have to end off the night with one of those. It's usually I flip flop. It's like, okay, I saw Night of the Living Dead. I'll watch Dawn of the Dead this year. Or there's just something about Night of the Living Dead. Sometimes I'll watch it 2 years in a row, and it's just yeah. But the other two, it all depends on how I'm feeling that day. It can either be like The Fog, or it could be, John Carpenter's original Halloween. Or, 1 year I just did a whole marathon of like my favorite Universal Monsters films. So it just all depends on what my mood is.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I would go with, my favorite horror film of all time is The Thing. Okay. But I could watch that whenever. It doesn't have to be Halloween. I mean, shit, that movie takes place in Antarctica, for Christ's sake. So,
It's a Christmas film.
Exactly. So I'll go with the original Halloween for sure. And just to be different, I'll go with a goofy double feature of Reanimator and From Beyond.
Oh, nice.
So my buddy Eddie, the movie collector, he posts on Instagram, what movies he's watching whatever night. And yeah, he was watching those two last night, as a matter of fact. And I was like, in the comments, I was like, yes, 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 because love them both. Love them both.
Well, that like it's like the year that that Romero passed. Like I used to do the same on Facebook. Like I would just post like what movies I'm watching on Friday and Saturday night,
Mhm.
and then so like in during October, like each Friday I would watch a different from his zombie films. So like I did, and I didn't do it in any particular order. Like one night I was like the Day of the Dead, another night it was like Land of the Dead, and then I went back and watched Dawn of the Dead, and then the last day, the last Friday of that October, I watched Night of the Living Dead.
Nice. Yeah, not Survival of the Dead.
No,
any of the other ones.
I mean, I even enjoyed Diary of the Dead.
Me
I
too.
even enjoyed that one, but oh my God, Survival of the Dead! I was like,
I can't watch Survival of the Dead again. I watched it once. I'll never watch it again. Johnny's here. Hey, Johnny, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Johnny.
Can anyone recommend good modern films, because I find them very hard to find? Again, we just went through a whole list of horror films, that came out this year, but The Long Walk to me is definitely the best movie I've seen this year. If you're not into horror, in a couple of weeks, Life of Chuck is coming out on physical media, and I cannot recommend that movie enough. I loved it. So, any you want to recommend?
Toxic Avenger.
There you go.
I mean, I like I said, I had so much fun with that film. I just that one. If we're going to horror, or I mean, it's really more horror comedy.
Mhm.
I would suggest Toxic Avenger. If you're wanting to do more like, something that's kind of safe, I would go with Killer of Killers, the Predator animated one.
Yeah,
I'd
that
go
was
with that one.
entertaining.
That one was
That
really
was
good.
entertaining.
I'm glad that it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, me too. When I first heard it was a Predator cartoon, I was like, "What?" And it was much better than I thought it would be.
Yeah. I was really hoping, because I was just like, I mean, after the Predator, after that trash, I was just like, yeah,
What, Thomas Jane doing his?
No, actually, it wasn't even that. It was just like everything else.
Yeah, I know.
Like it's just like the guy, the main hero, the villain, and how ridiculously he died.
Chewing his gum. Yeah, the way they took him out, it was like that was the most anticlimactic thing I've ever seen in a movie. The building this guy up to be, and then it's like boop, and it's done. And what did I miss? Yeah.
I actually I looked over at my wife and I was like, did he kill himself? Like, did he just die? And then I suffered through rewatching it again, and I was like, oh, okay, so yeah, he did kill himself.
Yeah.
Like, all right, that's trash.
Yeah, that movie is trash. It's got a couple of moments in it that I like. I love it when the kid has the mask on and blows up the assholes picking on him.
Mhm.
But
Well,
I thought that was kind of cool.
I also like the fact the fact when they first go to that science lab, and you see Jake Busey and you see all the artifacts from like the other films. I was like, man, that's really cool. I that part of it I liked, but then the Predator using like a machine gun and just like Olivia Munn's horrible in it. It's just
yeah, very, very, very disappointing movie. Not as bad as the Alien versus Predator Requiem though, because that is still the bottom of the barrel,
really,
in my opinion. Dude, I can't see that movie. I've watched it.
True, yeah.
And I mean, it's so goddamn dark. I couldn't tell you I have not seen anything that dark since Game of Thrones. The big battle of Game of Thrones that you waited 7 years to see, and then it's like, what the hell am I watching? Yeah. Oh. That was, to me, that was a huge wasted opportunity. Let's put it that way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I
mean, when that Predator was like, when he was like actually like killing like humans and all that stuff, I was like, oh man, we're getting back to
the whole thing about going into the maternity ward was just dark as hell, and I was like, oh, here we go. And then it was like you couldn't see what the hell's happening. I mean, that's a movie that needs to be remade. I hate remakes. Okay. Remake that damn movie. Just turn the damn light up.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think it would be fine. So
can we get like a Ridley Scott final cut?
Yeah. Where's George Lucas with his magic on that movie? So.
He's gonna have the Predator like farting and stuff.
with the new John Williams tune.
Yeah.
Heard that A24 bought the Chainsaw franchise. Like, what the fuck are they doing? They're X-Men the shit out of that piece of shit franchise reboot after reboot. Tell us how you really feel, Juno. I don't care if I ever see another Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie again as long as I live. That movie has been rebooted or remade more times than, Little Women. I swear to God,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you feel about them, but to me, it's like the Tobe Hooper classic is really all you need. I'm not even a fan of
exactly
the one from 20 years ago,
I only, and I know a lot of people, this is one of the things that, my hot takes. I'm only a fan of the original, the first one.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the other. I'm not a fan of the other ones. Part 2's okay.
Yeah. Those are the only two I got.
There's like craziness in it that I kind of enjoy. But even then, like, I got something personal against the owners of Texas Chainsaw after something that happened last year. So
yeah. Let's see here. Here we go. Watch Superman. To me, the guy that plays Superman was really good. Lois Lane was so irritating, and I wanted to kick her off a cliff. To me, it's Crypto the movie, not Superman. Have you seen the new Superman?
No.
It's entertaining. I don't think it's horrible. A lot of people were shitting on it. I'm a Christopher Reeve guy. Okay. I grew up with those Christopher Reeve films. So,
yeah, so did I.
To me, those will always be, the first two anyways, will always be, my go-to when it comes to Superman, but it's all right. It's entertaining.
I like 3.
3's got its moments. 4 is just got off.
Oh, yeah.
I can't watch 4. I just can't.
4 is just horrible, man. Like, even back then, I knew it was horrible. Like, even then, I could get past part 3. 2 is still my favorite. I love the second one.
Yeah.
But 3, actually, 3 was the only one I had on VHS back in the day. So I'd watch that over and over again, and just I like the part. The best part of that is when he's like bad, like when he gets when he starts becoming alcoholic and he starts just being like really like bad Superman,
Yeah.
And then he has to fight the good part of himself and stuff. I thought I really, that's the part for me that was the best part of the whole film.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're going through all this fluff just to get that really good scene, basically.
Yeah. Instead of Robert Vaughn with his Atari controller trying to blow him up, and it was literally on the screen the Atari Superman video game. I mean, yeah. Gareth is here. How you doing, Gareth?
Hey,
Ask a man to show off his toys, you'll see a room full of action figures. Ask a woman to show off her toys.
Oh, man.
It's good. Good. Thank you for being here, Gareth. Bringing a certain level of quality to my show. I think he's getting even with me for doing that to him the other day. I hate modern A24 arty farty camera angle BS.
I still really enjoy Hereditary.
I do too. Me and Patrick get in arguments about Hereditary all the time. He thinks that Toni Collette is terrible in that movie, and I'm like, it's one of the best performances I've seen in 20 years. So yeah, Hereditary is definitely my favorite of that group, so to speak. I like Ex Machina too.
Yeah, that one's really good too. I hadn't seen it. My wife was the one that actually, you got to watch this movie, and I saw it, and I was like, wow, this is actually pretty good. I do, but Hereditary is my favorite. I feel like Midsommar was okay.
Too long.
I mean, yeah, it's too long.
Take an hour out of that damn movie.
I like the fact that you see, but he does it in Hereditary too, where if you go back and rewatch it, you see like more stuff in the background, like, oh my god, I didn't even notice that before. But he did it in Hereditary as well, and I mean, Hereditary was just way better, in my opinion. I like The Lighthouse. I thought that one was okay. It was really out there, but I thought the performances. I mean, Defoe, come on, like he plays nut job great,
Yeah, let's see here. Hey, how's it going, Ange? This is one of my buddies from the UK. How you doing? Favorite horror film is tough. Halloween is great, but I do like Child's Play. Yeah, the original Child's Play is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Gene Hackman. Yep, Gene Hackman was one of the all-time greats. Chainsaw franchise has gotten into a piece of shit route. Yeah, like you. I appreciate the first movie more than any of them. It's the only one, I own that one. I enjoy the second one just because of how batshit crazy it is. I mean, it's
Oh, yeah.
totally out there. I call that movie Cocaine the Movie Part 2 because Maximum Overdrive is Cocaine the Movie.
Yeah.
And they both came out the same summer, and I saw them both on a double feature at a
Oh,
drive-in.
nice.
That was a night to remember. But 3 hours of just cocaine on screen going, what the hell am I watching? But yeah, I don't like any of the other Chainsaw movies. None of them. I mean, I don't. So
Yeah, I couldn't. I just said, I don't know. I mean, still the first one has my one of my favorite kills is like that the mallet kill.
oh yeah,
Just the sound when he hits him with the mallet, that's still like that, just that knock sort of sound. I was like, oh my god! And then him
Yeah.
like convulsing on the floor. Like,
yes, the convulsing on the floor
Yeah.
that always got me. Long Walk. Yeah, like I said, the Long Walk to me is the best movie I've seen this year. Kaminsky, but again, it's a harsh movie. It's a depressing movie. Okay, so don't go in there thinking you're going to be having a fun time because it's not. So, let's see here. I recommend Final Destination Bloodlines. Yeah, I do too. That movie's a lot of fun.
yeah, as soon as it, I missed it in the theater, but as soon as it hit Max, like I was totally. As soon as it's out, I saw it that night. I was just like, I really wanted to see that one, especially because Tony Todd, his last performance and stuff.
Yeah.
No, I really enjoyed it. The kills were great. I know people like the CGI and stuff, yeah, but I just had a lot of fun with it. And then just and then nobody. I don't know. I don't want to spoil it, but just the ending. I was just like,
yeah, it's fun.
it's fun.
And okay, again, no spoilers, but there's one moment in that movie with the big set piece at the beginning. Okay,
Yeah.
where that little bastard kid runs outside. He's like, I made it. And
Yeah.
Splat. Oh my god! I literally was like, yes.
Well, that's why I was like, oh man, it's gonna nobody's safe, And then once we get to the end, I'm like,
yep, they went
right.
there, and it is that movie is so much fun. And unlike the other Final Destination movies, and maybe I'm wrong, okay, but that is the only one in the series where there's not an asshole in the cast. Every character is likable. There's not one person in that movie that you're like, oh god, I can't wait until this asshole dies.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, even the brother that seemed kind of like he was leaning towards that, but then once you start realizing, like,
yeah, he ends up being like everybody's favorite character in the movie.
oh,
The guy with
man,
the piercings.
like,
That's what you're talking about,
yeah,
right?
the guy with the piercings.
Yeah.
Because they kind of allude that he's going to be that asshole character, but then once you start hearing like more of like about him or about like his family, it's kind of like, oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, like I said, he ends up being everybody's favorite character in the movie, and he's got the best line in the movie. Jerry, whatever. Is that why he always wanted to play catch? I love that. Dan says, Gareth, I think you've been watching too many Hooters specials. And Gareth says, never. Barry, there's a remake of Sleepaway Camp on the way. Thoughts? I'll let you go on that one.
I don't know. Somebody in one of the group chats that I'm a part of it might have been I think it might have been Mr. Dan. He said the plot twist, like it's not gonna be a man, it's gonna be a woman or something. Like that's a plot twist because it's like the remake. I don't know. I mean, I will say this. I am, in regards to remakes, I'm curious to see the oh my god. Oh my god, why am I missing the name? Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Oh,
I am kind of curious about that one.
Punish.
Yeah, so, I mean, the first I enjoy the first two. Like, those are I have to watch them at Christmas time every year.
Yeah,
just because it's like it's nuts, especially the second one, where it's like half of the movie is the first movie, basically.
Yeah, it's just recap.
Yeah,
it's like it's not quite as bad as The Hills Have Eyes 2, where the dog's having a flashback, but yeah.
No, I don't know. I just I guess we'll see.
Yeah, to be honest, I can't stand Sleepaway Camp. I think it's like if it wasn't for that ending, that movie would have been forgotten about a month after it came out. Okay, but because of that ending, it kind of became
Right.
this cult movie. That movie's a piece of shit. I don't care what anybody says. But again, if you like it, that's your thing, you know. But and again, it's not even the twist, so to speak, that gets me. I've said it before. I'll say it again. It's the whole, you know, that whatever that growl is. It's like, what the hell, man? Yeah, just bad. Just bad. Juno says, oops, back to Gareth. Okay, Juno says Thomas Jane should have been the lead in The Predator, and they gave him the embarrassing stutter character. He's a better actor than Hoyd, or what the hell's that guy? Holbrook? Boyd Holbrook or some shit like that.
The villain from Logan.
From Logan. And he was decent in that, you know, but
yeah, but he still had that same sort of like accent.
Yeah.
Like that twang accent or something. Which kind of like playing the same character. I mean, I don't know.
Anne says, talking of animes, did you catch Terminator Zero? That's good. Well, I enjoyed it anyway. No, I have not.
I haven't seen it yet. I've heard that it's good. I've seen I thought I saw like a preview of it, and the animation it gets pretty gory. So
yeah,
I want to check it out. It's just I think it's on Netflix. It's a Netflix show.
Yeah. Barry says Jane is a great actor, and the character he played in The Predator was embarrassing. Totally agree. I love Thomas Jane in The Mist. I thought he was friggin' fantastic in The Mist.
I mean, Punisher.
Yeah.
I mean,
there we go. I forgot that. I hate StreamYard, the way that they're doing this shit now. It's like, up to episode 7 on Alien Earth. Thoughts, Larry? Have you been watching that?
I've seen most of the first episode. I haven't gone back to watch it because it's a show that me and my wife are going to watch together.
Mm-hmm.
Even I have people at work too. So it's like, oh man, have you seen it yet? Have you seen it? I was like, no, I've only seen the first, pretty much all of the first episode. And so far I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. I'm kind of curious where they're going to take it, because it's supposed to be taking place before the original Alien film.
No, it all kind of makes sense as they're going into it. Cause I'm actually I'm where Dan is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm up to date on it. And all I'll say is that without a doubt, the best episode so far is episode 5.
Okay.
Because you said that you started to watch the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm not giving anything away. The first 5 minutes of that episode, you're seeing the ship crashing and the guy typing on the computer and the woman, okay. Episode 5 is like, shows you what led up to that. So it's like a self-contained alien movie, like a 45-minute long alien movie. And that episode rocks. I mean, it's really cool. One guy I was talking online was like, everybody on it was so stupid and this and that. And I'm like, dude, again, no spoilers. You already know in the first 5 minutes of the first episode, every one of these people are going to die. Yeah. Who gives a shit what their personalities are? You know they're going to die. I want to see, mayhem. And on in that front, it delivers. So, and there's one creature, I don't know if you've seen it yet, that is pure nightmare fuel. And when you see that thing, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's creepy as hell. So, yeah, I think you'll enjoy it.
Well, I really enjoyed Romulus.
Romulus I really liked until it became fan service.
Yeah.
I love the look of that movie. And I think David Johnson is incredible in that movie as Andy. He's really good. And I didn't like the CG Ian Holm.
Yeah, Ian Holm.
And like I said, after a while to me it started to feel like fan service, but I did like it,
I liked it pretty much all the way through. I didn't like I wish they would have ended it differently. I don't think we needed that creature at the end.
That's what I'm saying. It became fan service because it's like, okay, we've already referenced this movie. We referenced this one. Oh, we forgot to reference Alien Resurrection. I mean, we got to throw some Prometheus stuff in there too. Here's some black goo. I mean, it was like, you didn't need all that,
And I have to say, even the part where Andy, where he says like, get away from her, you bitch. Like, I was just like,
fan service.
Yeah,
I did like the one sequence though where they're like in the elevator shaft with the gravity.
Yeah,
and all the acids float.
Yeah, that was
cool as hell. I gotta admit that sequence was phenomenal, you know.
And the
But
way she was using the gun to push her away from like
yes,
the yeah,
yeah,
all that
that
was
that whole
all that was
sequence
great.
was great. It really was. And again, I'm not saying Romulus was bad. I own it. I like it. You know, I just, to me, that one was a little bit overrated because I didn't see it until it came out on Blu-ray. And when that thing hit the theaters, people were talking like it was the greatest one since, you know, the first one. It was right up there with Aliens. And it was like, no, not even. I would rather watch the director's cut of Alien 3 over.
Well, we're not gonna.
Yeah, I know. That's a hot take for me, but
It's like I'm not gonna fight you there because I really love Alien 3.
oh, okay, good. I thought you were going to be like, no, that movie sucks.
Both cuts. I mean, it took me forever to see the assembly cut, but I'm a huge Alien 3 fan. I saw that one in the theater. My mom took me to go see it, and I just ever since then I was a fan of it.
Yeah,
So
I had the one sheet.
whenever people like talk crap about it, I'm like, yeah, but think about it. It's just like, and I started going into like all the stuff that people really don't think about, and it's just like
people just got butthurt over the beginning of that movie with what they did with Hudson and Newt, and it's like, you know what, that's fine, but again, it's not their story.
Yep.
You know, and so you're following Ripley. So, and yeah, I like Alien 3. I've always liked Alien 3. Kavinsky says Wolf Creek was the best slasher. Wolf Creek's a good movie.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, that's an Australian.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one. It doesn't sound familiar.
Thomas Jane is badass as Frank Castle, and that shows you he can be a badass lead. Yeah, like I said, I love friggin' Thomas Jane. I've always. I prefer Superman 3 and Returns over the new Superman and Man of Steel, even though I do feel it's overrated, but it's better than the new one. The best thing about Man of Steel to me is Michael Shannon is Zod. I really like Michael Shannon. So
I really enjoyed Man of Steel. I really liked I liked Henry Cavill. I like yourself, I was a huge Christopher Reeves fan. Like even when they did the Superman Returns, I was like, it's not Christopher Reeves, and it's like. But then I felt like Cavill. Like I was like, man, this is the first time I feel like, okay, this guy's like Superman.
No, Cavill's fine. I don't have a problem with Cavill.
But then,
other than the CG mustache that he had.
In Justice League. But at the same time, that wasn't Snyder's. That was
Joss Whedon.
So I don't know. And that's kind of what soured me about the James Gunn, Superman, or the his DCEU, was just the fact that like DC said like, oh yeah, come back and be Cavill, or Warner Brothers wanted him to come back, and then he came back, and then James Gunn was like, no, like he basically like, nope, we're not going to use you.
I don't know the behind the scenes on it, but you know what? Cavill even said that he didn't have a problem with it, so he's doing Highlander now, although he hurt his foot or something last week they were talking about. But
I'm curious about that one too.
Yeah, at first I was like, really, they're going to reboot Highlander? But then when I thought, wow, Batista is the Kurgan, that's great casting. That is great casting. So yeah, it'll be interesting, as long as they don't turn it into a PG-13 movie. If they, because the original one was rated R, so, but they probably will. So, Barry says, Requiem is good. Just turn the brightness up on your TV.
That doesn't help.
I tried.
That doesn't help.
No, it does not. Kavinsky, I hated Hereditary, but I'm glad you're not alone. A lot of people. That's one of those movies. That's split in half, whether or not you like it or not. If I missed anybody's comments, I'm very sorry. I'm just trying to get through this because I got a lot of questions for Larry that I haven't gotten to yet. I wish they would make Race with the Devil. I love Race with the Devil. I don't know if they could remake it unless it was a throwback, because with cell phones and GPS, it wouldn't work. Have you ever seen Race with the Devil?
No, I haven't.
Oh, great movie with Peter Fonda and Warren Oates.
Okay.
And the gist of it is, it's from the 70s. But the gist of it is two married couples are in an RV on vacation, and they pull into like this desert place. It's not really a park. It's just, out in the middle of the desert. And in the middle of the night, they see some people across the way or whatever with a bonfire getting a little bit, crazy. So they start peeking on them. And it turns out that these people are devil worshipers, and they sacrifice somebody. And these guys are like, holy shit. And they jump in their car and take off.
Oh, wow.
And the rest of the movie, they're being chased by this devil cult. and everybody that they run into along the way, they don't know if they're part of this cult or if they're not. And it's a great
Wow.
conspiracy paranoia type thing. It's a great movie. You'd really like it.
I'll have to look it up. Sounds interesting.
Yeah, I got it on my shelf, Scream Factory, but I think it might be out of print now. But I'm sure it's streaming somewhere, and it is. It's a great movie. Can't recommend it enough. Barry, I don't think I've ever seen it. Barry, you don't like modern movies, regardless. I don't think you've seen a movie that came out this century. So if it ain't got Steven Seagal in it, he ain't interested. Midsummer is so stupid. Me and my wife got really angry watching it and realized we just wasted 3 hours of nothing. P.S. This is not how we celebrate Midsummer in Sweden. Yeah. When Daniel was on my show way back when, I asked him about that shit because he's from Sweden, and he was like, "Oh, fuck that movie." The Wicker Man. Now, see, the Wicker Man to me is a much better version of Midsummer.
The original, right?
Yes, not the bees, not the bees. Let's see here real quickly because I got to get to some of this stuff. Just bear with me for a moment. Oh, here you go. Stacy wants to know, which movie do you like better, I Come in Peace or Leviathan?
Oh man,
they're totally different, but
they are totally different. I mean, you got one's the thing underwater, and the other one is friggin' I Come in Peace. I mean, they're both.
One's an alien drug dealer, and one's like I don't know what the other one is.
Well, yeah, it's just like that's why, like, to me, Leviathan is basically the thing underwater, you know?
Yeah.
And I mean, when people always, I mean, the better question would have been like Deep Star 6 and Leviathan. I would have gone Leviathan. I just love that movie.
Yeah.
That's hard. I like them both. I mean, I enjoy both those films. I can't really say which one is better, although I guess the effects, the thing that would probably, since it's more, I think of it more of like the thing, I would probably go Leviathan, just because, again, it's like the thing underwater, you know, and I love the effects of the creature, and just like, you know, once it starts like getting the people when they're all isolated, they can't go up, you know, it's just kind of all that stuff I just really enjoy so much.
Right. Yeah, I'll go with I Come in Peace just because it's, you know, again, it's an alien drug dealer. I mean, that shit's kind of funny. You know? So.
It made you fear CDs.
Michael's here. Hey, what's up, Mike? Seagal could make any movie better. We all know this is fact. Steven Seagal is Oscar Schindler in Schindler's List.
Oh my God.
Actually, I want to see that movie. All right, we're going to play my next game here. Another top three, but this is all horror related. That's why I didn't ask it earlier. Okay. So, top three slasher films. Go.
Wow. The original My Bloody is on there. I really enjoyed that one. I wish after that, I wish they would have. I still to this day, I wonder why they didn't make a sequel to that. I know they did the remake, but I mean that original, I don't know. I really enjoyed it.
It's the best Canadian slasher of all time, in my opinion.
Man, I don't even know if I could really call it. I mean, I got to go with Jason 7. It's my favorite Jason film.
New Blood.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. It's got the sleeping bag killing it.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Which I wish it would have been the full scene.
But that's still my favorite kill in any Friday the 13th scene, or any Friday the 13th movie, rather.
And I guess, man, I'm gonna be basic. I'm gonna do Nightmare 3.
Oh, Dream Warriors. Mm-hmm. Nice. Welcome to prime time, bitch.
I think that's the perfect blend of like the comedy, the dark comedy, and the horror. I think that one.
It's before before Freddy went completely into comic mode, you know, because by the time the next one came out, you know, he's kicking back on the beach with his Ray-Bans and shit. Yeah. It's like, okay. Top three monsters, not monster movies, monsters. So either Universal, you could throw kaiju in there, whatever you want.
Well, I mean that's going to be easy. It's going to be Creature from the Black Lagoon, Zilla. I'm a huge Godzilla fan, and the creature from the Thing.
Nice. Okay. Top 3 paranormal horror films. Something to do with ghosts.
Let's see. Well, that's the thing though. I don't know if it's really paranormal. I really dig this movie from 2020 called The Dark and the Wicked. Have you seen that one?
No, I've never even heard of it.
So I recently came across it in May, and I saw the trailer for it. And I was like, wow, this is actually pretty good. You kind of they don't really explain, but it has like in one part, there's a scene that also kind of gives you the vibes of Poltergeist 2 with Kane.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, so I mean, that would be my next one is Poltergeist 2. Reverend Kane is just like, all that, just that. But is it really? It is paranormal, right? It's
that one's definitely paranormal.
But no, I would say The Dark and the Wicked, Poltergeist 2, and then trying to think. This one's a tough one because it's like I'm trying to think of what of paranormal films like that I've seen.
You ever seen The Changeling?
It's been forever since I've seen that one. I mean, I know I saw it when I was younger too, so it was like I can't remember too much of it. It's one that I got to go back. Actually, I like Ghost Stories. Did you see that one?
The original way back when Ghost Story with Fred Astaire and all them. Oh yeah. I own that. That's a good movie. It's a real good movie.
I'll go with that one.
Okay. Very good. Top 3 horror icons.
Is it just like villains?
Any kind of horror icon. To me, like Laurie Strode is an icon, just like Michael Myers is.
Oh, I'm gonna go Jason. I'm gonna go Ash.
Oh, nice.
Series.
Groovy.
And man, there's so many. I don't know. I'm trying to think like true horror, or do I want to do like horror sci-fi? Because if I do horror sci-fi, it's going to be The Predator.
Hey, whatever.
I love the Predator. I just love the design of it. So it's so iconic. I mean, from at least the first two.
Yeah.
It starts getting weird after that. So yeah, I'll go those 3.
Okay. Yeah, that Badlands Predator looks weird.
Yeah, no. Okay. But I'm holding out hope that it's not. It can't be as bad as The Predator.
Right. Yeah, and that guy Trachtenberg or whatever the guy's name. I like Prey. I know a lot of people didn't like Prey. I thought Prey was great. So
I love Prey.
Okay. Top 3 what the fuck horror movies. I mean, movies that you watch and you go, what the hell, man? What am I watching? Okay. For an example, Reanimator to me is one of those movies. Okay. Weapons is kind of like one of those movies. The Monkey is one of those types of movies.
Okay.
So something along those lines. Something that when you watch it, you're like, what the fuck? So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Society is going to probably be number one.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Frankenhooker.
Want a date?
Especially like, just like, I'm like, what the?
Want a date?
And then Basket Case.
Yeah, nice. And all 3 of those fit that really good. Top 3 Stephen King films.
Like,
they could be horror or not.
Okay.
Just Stephen King films.
Well, I mean, I got to throw Maximum Overdrive on there.
Cocaine the movie.
Yep. I mean, I don't care what anybody says, man. I love that movie.
I love that movie, except for Yearly Smith, who needs a ball gag.
Curtis. Or the We Made You. It's great, man. I like that one.
Yeah, I love Cocaine the movie. I do.
Misery. I really enjoy Misery. And I mean, I mean, it's kind of hard to. I really love The Shining, but it's really Kubrick's Shining. It's not really Stephen King's Shining.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of like,
But that's fine. Because I tell people that all the time. I love The Shining,
yeah,
the movie, but I prefer the book. But they're completely different things.
yeah, they're completely different. I mean, but The Shining, man, Jack Nicholson. I don't know. That's just that one of my probably one of my favorite horror movie scenes of all time is just that part where he just becomes completely unhinged. That honey, light of my life. I just love that scene. He just like you see him,
Snap.
yeah, just like ramp up, and it's just like that's one of my favorite scenes of all time. It's just
Honey, baby, light of
light
my
of my
life.
life.
You didn't let me finish. I said, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just going to bash
It's
your
your
brains
brains.
in. I'm going
I'm
to
gonna
bash
bash
them
him
right
right.
the fuck in. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's those three.
Nice.
Because I mean, Misery has that scene what scene?
The hobbling, yeah.
Yeah, it gets me
Which again,
every time.
the book is much worse. In the
Yeah, I
books, he takes an
remember.
axe.
I remember you talking about it, where she makes him like cut off his
Well,
own
first
finger.
the hobbling, she chops his feet off with an axe,
Mhm.
and then uses a blowtorch, like a propane torch, and cauterizes it, and he's awake the whole time. Okay, and then later on in the book, as he's typing, if he's not producing fast enough, she starts cutting his fingers off.
Ugh.
And it's by the end of the book, it's like he's missing both of his feet, like half of his fingers, and I mean, yeah, it's much darker. And I gave my poor dad that book to read while he was in the hospital. That's why I'm going to burn in hell, among other reasons. Top 3 horror directors. They don't necessarily have to only be horror directors, but when people think about them, that's what they originally go to. So, and I know what one of them will be because it's what everybody says.
Well, Romero, Carpenter, and trying to think. It might be a hot take. I feel Wes Craven's a little overrated.
Not at all.
That's just me.
No, Craven, when he's good, he's great. When he's not, he's not.
Although I really do love Vampire in Brooklyn, but that's another conversation for another time.
I love Swamp Thing, so
Hey, I do too. I mean, but
Shocker.
no,
I love Shocker too. A lot of people don't. I love
amen.
Shocker.
I love Shocker as well.
Yep.
Man, I'll go Raimi because I really love Evil Dead 2, and I love Army of Darkness, and I think that just again, I feel like Evil Dead 2 is like perfect. It's like that perfect balance of horror and comedy.
Yeah.
I feel like Army of Darkness, the horror is down here, is more comedy. I feel like Evil Dead 2 is probably like the best.
Yeah. No, Dead by Dawn is definitely my favorite.
Yeah.
Out of all of the Evil Dead properties, very good.
I would have said Don Coscarelli, but really the first Phantasm is the best one.
See, now I like the second one the best. I love the second movie just because it's bigger in scope. It's not as scary as the first one. I mean, the first one's one of those what the fuck movies, But there's moments in the second one with Reggie, especially with that, in the basement with that guy, and he pulls out the chainsaw and he's like, "Come on, you mother!" And about that time, the guy pulls out a chainsaw that's about this long. He's just got this look on his face. That never gets old for me, man. I love it. Let's see here. Kavinsky says, "Great show, Jim." Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And Michael, Naked Lunch. Oh yeah, Naked Lunch, man. Have you ever seen that? Cronenberg.
Which is that one?
That's a David Cronenberg movie from the 80s based on a book by William S. Burroughs, and the book was considered unfilmable. And after seeing that movie, I still think it's unfilmable because I couldn't tell you. Peter Weller, okay, RoboCop himself, who's addicted to bug spray. It starts talking. I can't even describe that movie, man. It's a fever dream. It's the only way to describe it, man. So I'm a huge Cronenberg fan. That's one I do not own. So
I will say this: with Cronenberg, I really enjoyed Shivers.
Yeah,
that one I was because I had never seen it, and then when I watched it, I was like, oh man, this is giving me like even though it came out prior to it was giving me a lot of Dawn of the Dead vibes.
Yeah. No, Shivers is great. I love that movie. I'm a big fan of Rabbit. I'm a big fan of The Brood, Scanners. I mean, I love all those early
Scanners are
Cronenberg
great.
movies. What's better, Big Top Pee-wee or Pee-wee's Big Adventure?
Yeah.
It's not even close.
We didn't need the second one.
Exactly. Michael says his top 3 King movies: Children of the Corn, Maximum Overdrive, and Pet Sematary. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Children of the Corn. I love the beginning of it, and then to me it just kind of falls apart. And I don't know who's more irritating, Isaac or Malachi. I just want to slap the shit out of both of them. Let's see here. I would not allow my daughter to marry Jack Nicholson. He's pretty nuts to begin with, to be fair. Yeah. Barry says nobody beats Jason for our horror icons. Yeah, Jason's right. He's in the Mount Rushmore, no doubt.
Well, see, as I've gotten older, when I was younger, Freddy was my favorite, right? And then as I've gotten older, like Michael took that, and then now it's just like Jason is my favorite. Like Jason's going back. I mean, for me, the way I analyze everything, all the movies and stuff, it's like out of all the movies, I feel like Jason's series is like the best. Like there's like I can enjoy all those movies up until Ghost to Hell, and I can still even enjoy the reboot and 10. Like and even Freddy versus Jason. I enjoy Freddy versus Jason, but I don't really count that as a part of the Jason films.
No, that's its own thing.
Yeah, but I mean, like you look at Halloween, it's like 1, 2, and 3. And then I have a soft spot for, Paul Rudd's Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and then Rob Zombies. I like that one. I like the first one. The second one, I was like, what the hell is this?
And then, there's one of your WTF movies.
Yeah, it's like that I didn't think about it till right now. I was like, yeah, that's probably, one of those. And then I really enjoyed 2018. And then Kills grew on me a lot more. But Ends is horrible.
Ends is an abomination. I again, the opening scene of that movie is great.
Yeah.
When that kid takes the face plant, I still can't believe they did that. I was like, holy shit, but everything that happens after that, with the possible exception of the last scene with Jamie Lee Curtis and Michael going at it, it's just Kills. I really liked the brutality in that movie. But I hate the whole Evil Dies Tonight shit. That gets so old so quick that it just it takes me out of the movie.
I'll give you a good example. The first time I saw it, I was like, okay, so this movie is basically like Michael's just pissed. And I'm like, I'm fine with that. If he's going to go around killing everything in sight, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
But then that whole hospital scene, I tell everybody, is like, that's a great movie once you fast forward all the hospital stuff. And proven fact, I was on a flight to Boston and they had it on the TV. Man, I just fast forward through it. I was like, man, this movie's amazing. And even coming back, like I did the same exact thing. I was watching it again, and my wife was in the seat behind me, and I was like, look what I'm watching again. And I just fast forwarded through all that. I was like, man, this movie's amazing.
Nice.
I don't know. It's just
no. I actually I can totally see that because again, I love the brutality in that movie. I really do. It's pretty damn brutal, But again, that. Once they start chanting that whole Evil Dies Tonight shit, that's what I was just like. It was like nails on a chalkboard for me, man. Yeah. I just, Okay. Michael says, doesn't she kill someone with a lawnmower in the book? Yes. In Misery, when she shoots the cop.
Okay.
She shoots him while he's going out to his car to radio somebody, and she shoots him with a shotgun. And then he's trying to crawl towards the car, and about that time, she comes around with a riding lawnmower and runs his ass over. And
we needed that in the movie.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly. Fulci, Argento, and Carpenter for Mike. And let's see here. Vampire in Brooklyn, Jesus.
Hey, I enjoy it. And that's the thing. Like I rewatched it a couple years back, and then when I saw like holy crap, I forgot this was a Wes Craven film.
Yeah. It's an Eddie Murphy film.
Yeah, I mean that's why it's like it's so Eddie Murphy that it's just like when I rewatched it and I saw like directed by, I was like wow,
yeah.
I was like, yeah, I totally forgot he did that.
Yeah,
but I still enjoy it, man. I quote that movie with my buddies all the time.
Terrence Fisher, Carpenter, and Romero. Very good. Let's see here. Whole Danny DeVito hospital scene was dumb as fuck. People Under the Stairs is awesome. Shocker. Serpent in the Rainbow
Yeah,
is
that's a
like
good one.
so underrated. I love that movie. It falls apart at the end. I will admit that. The last 15 minutes of that movie doesn't make a lick of sense, but it's still it's so good. All right, let's get back to my stuff here real quick before I get back into the comments, because yeah, we're already an hour and a half in. We're just flying by, man. All right. Do you have a favorite film that you've seen this year so far?
Like a 2025 film.
Yes.
Yeah. Toxic Avenger.
Oh yeah, that's right. You already said it. Okay. What's your least favorite?
That's hard. Because even though I have my issues with Sinners, it was still a good movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's still a really good movie, but I enjoyed The Monkey more than that one. I enjoyed, Final Destination more than that one,
So you haven't seen anything that you didn't like so far this year?
No, because I'm very much like, like, for example, like, I'm a huge Universal Monsters fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
I totally forgot the Wolfman came out this year. And if that probably would have been the worst movie I've seen, because I've even looking at the trailer when everybody was trying to, I guess, hype it up, I was like, man, this is gonna suck.
I couldn't get through it, to be honest.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's just like,
yeah.
I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah,
like,
I heard mixed things, but yeah, I maybe I was just in a bad mood that day, but yeah, I got about a half an hour into it, and I was like, okay, this isn't doing nothing for me, so I just turned it off.
Yeah, it's usually kind of how it's like, and that's the other thing too. Like, that's why I wanted to see 28 Years Later, but when people were saying things about it, I was like, oh man, because that first trailer that came out, I was in, man. I was like,
right.
Okay, I'm gonna go see this, and then I started hearing the stuff, and I was like,
Well, the guy that made it, Leigh Whannell, he's got a pretty good track record as far as I'm concerned. I really enjoyed what he did with The Invisible Man.
So did I. Like,
I thought that movie was great, man.
It was a great modern and a sort of simple. It was a simple story, like, compared to like others when, like, whatever they were trying to do with the dark universe. Like, this was just a simple. It felt like a self-contained story, and I was like, man, and it's a good modern take, like you said.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this is good.
Yeah, I was shocked how much, because when I first saw the trailers for that, I was like, oh god, it looks like that somebody remade Hollow Man. The Invisible Rapist, and that's the vibe that I got from that trailer originally. And I gotta admit, when I saw that movie, I was like, holy shit, man, this is really good. Elizabeth Moss is phenomenal in that.
She's really good in that.
But the other movie that he made that I really liked was Upgrade. I thought that movie's a blast, man. Have you ever seen that?
I've heard of it. That's the one where the guy, like, he
gets paralyzed, and they put this little stimulator in his back. And next thing you know, this thing starts talking to him.
I wanted to see that one. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh my god, that movie's fun, dude. I'm telling you, that movie's a lot of fun. The way it's shot, the cinematography, the way it's so much fun. I think you'd really dig it. So
cool. I remember, and I've seen the poster for it and everything. Like, it's like, oh, I'll check it out eventually. That's one that I need to definitely check out.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, man, that movie's a blast. And what's funny is it's not funny, but my wife's got fibromyalgia of the feet. So she actually got one of those stimulator things put in her back last Christmas. And when we were sitting in a doctor's office and he was going through the procedure and this and that and what to expect, I flat out asked him, I was like, Doc, have you ever seen Upgrade? And he was like, no. And I kind of explained it to him. And I was like, so in other words, if she starts hearing voices in her head or starts seeing butterflies, I should run like hell, right? He's like, yeah, that would probably be
I'm gonna sue you, is basically,
But yeah, Upgrade, like I said, dude, I think you'd really, really enjoy it. Yeah, Papa Goss,
I'll check it out.
Papa Goss agrees with me. It is. It's a blast. Okay. You said earlier that, well, this might be a hot take, but not really, because I agreed with you. But I'm going to give you another option. Give you an opportunity to either rant or come up with a hot take that people would just be like, what? And defend that hot take. Okay. So for instance, I hate Dirty Dancing. It's well known. I've ranted on that many times. And when people say, but Dirty Dancing is so, it's this and that and the other, I said, no, at the end of the day, it's about a pedophile trying to get a teenage girl. That's what it is. Okay. So that's my hot take. Okay. It's not so hot now, but again, people love that movie. I friggin' hate it. Rant or give us a hot take about something that and then defend it like I just did with mine.
Man, where do I start?
Whatever you want. It could be anything.
Well, I mean, I'm not a fan of the Scream franchise. I'm not a fan of the Saw franchise. I mean, a
Okay.
lot of these movies are just like, okay, we get it, one and done, you know. Or even I'll give it even to like Saw. I've only seen up to 3. I'm like, okay, I get it, you know.
Yeah. Those are really the only ones you need.
Yeah, those are the only ones, you know. It's like same with Scream, I guess, because I didn't see it when it first came out. I saw it later, you know, and everybody just was, oh, it's the best. And I even now I see the fans and they go nuts for that film. And
Yeah.
I just like, I don't get it, you know. Like,
Yeah.
it's meta. I mean, I feel like there's other stuff that was like better at the time, and it's hot take. I mean, at the time, I think before that came out was Brain Scan. It's another one I feel like is underrated, but I know people say it's a bad movie, but I love that movie. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just like same with like I said with the Terrifier films. You know, I feel like that's just shock value for the sake of shock value. You know,
Right.
I maybe because I don't understand his motives. Why does he kill indiscriminately all these people, but leaves certain people severely beyond recognition mutilated? It's like, just kill them.
Right.
You know, it's just like, you want to kill everybody and anybody, that's cool. Like, that's fine. You know?
Yeah. No rhyme or reason to that shit. Yeah.
Don't
I
kill
haven't
cats,
seen those
'cause,
movies, so
you know, cats will be, that's one thing. You kill an animal in a film, it's like, okay, I don't, you know, you need to go.
yeah. That's one of the reasons why I love Planet Terror from Grindhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had the balls to not only have a kid shoot himself in the face, but to have a dog jump off the thing and immediately get run over at the same time. Rusty. I mean, it is. It's one of the funniest moments in that story. But if I saw that thing in real life, I'd be horrified. You know. But
Yeah.
you know.
Well, it's like that film. Oh my God, When Evil Lurks.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that, and I've heard.
Oh my God,
I heard it's pretty damn brutal.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good. And that's the thing. There's a scene, I'm not gonna say it, but there's a scene where I was just like, oh no, they're not gonna go there. And not only did they go there, I mean it
Goes there.
It goes there, and I was like, oh my God, dude. And yeah, I mean, I'll just say, you know, it's a dog scene.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just like, oh my God, man, that one really snuck up on me when I saw that one, because I had a buddy of mine. He was like, hey man, check out this movie. I'm like, okay. He didn't tell me anything about it. It had just come out on Shudder, and I saw it, and I started texting him like, oh yeah, I'm 30 minutes in. It's pretty good, you know, this and that. And he's like, okay, well, don't tell me anything. I haven't seen it. I was like, so why are you telling me to watch it? And then he explained. He's like, well, you know, his wife, basically they wanted my seal of approval,
You're the
whether
guinea
they
pig.
should watch it. And
You're the guinea pig.
I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And yeah, it's the best possession type film that I've seen in a long time, that they did something different.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it totally, yeah. I was like, oh man, I was talking that to everybody about that film. It was my favorite of that year.
Yeah, no, I've heard really good things about it, but I heard that it's not for the faint of heart.
No.
It's pretty damn gnarly.
Yeah.
And I like those types of movies, but I gotta kind of like gear myself up for them at this point, you know. I mean,
well,
that
Dark and the Wicked one. That Dark and the Wicked one was one that I was like, oh my God. And then there's like one part in particular where it's just like, oh man, it was nuts. Like, it was just nuts the way, like, it just, yeah, it was good. So that's another one I highly recommend, is The Dark and the Wicked. But yeah, watch those two. But yeah, and then, yeah, you have to be in the right mood.
Yeah. not exactly a feel good movie. I
No,
gotta acknowledge Mike. Hey, Mike, how you doing, buddy? I'm so glad that you're here,
you're
and I'm
okay. I'm
glad that
glad you're
you're
okay.
home. Anybody who doesn't know Mike, he's a great guy. He's had some health issues recently and was in the hospital, but hopefully you're on the mend, Mike. And I'm going to get you back on the stage real soon when you're up to it, buddy. So thank you so much. And again, best wishes to you and yours, my friend. Real quick, because we are starting to come up on it, but let's see here. I've been thinking they should do another fought. Oh God, no. The last one was so bad. Deborah Hill was distracted with her. I don't think it had anything to do with her being distracted. That movie does not need to be remade again. You know,
No.
and quite honestly, okay, this is going to be my hot take. Before I go here, I'm going to preface it. I love The Fog. Okay, I do, the original. I think it's overrated. I did a ranking of Carpenter's films, one of the first ones I did on my channel, and I was shocked to find out my own rankings, how far up on the list that it was. You know, I mean, it barely made the top 10 for me, and I was shocked, you know, but it doesn't make it a bad movie. Okay, I think it's a great movie, but I think the best thing about that movie is the score at this point.
Wow.
I just, you know, that movie hasn't aged as well with me as it did, you know, as some of the other ones like Halloween or Assault on Precinct 13, or especially The Thing. I mean, The Thing is like a masterpiece in my opinion. I can watch that every week, you know.
I mean, the thing for me, it used to be Halloween. The thing is my number one Carpenter film. I mean, and that's coming from like originally my favorite was Escape from New York.
Yeah, that was
like
my
that,
first Carpenter film.
Yeah, that was the first one I remember seeing too. And then I think after that I saw Starman.
Yeah.
And then the thing just scared the shit out of me.
Yeah,
I was just like, it was hard for me to watch that one as a kid. It was just it scared the bejesus out of me.
Yeah, I was lucky enough. I saw Escape from New York at the drive-in when I was a kid. So I was like 14 at the time. And then I saw every Carpenter film theatrically from that point on, except for The Ward, which I'm not sorry I didn't see that piece of shit. But I mean, Ghosts of Mars I even saw theatrically, you know, and I'm not a fan of that either, but it's better than Village of the Damned. Oh God, is that movie bad?
Yeah, I think I could say Ghosts of Mars. Ghosts of Mars is a lot more fun than Village of the Damned.
Village of the Damned is just boring. It's a well-made movie, well shot, well acted, boring as hell. I mean, I almost fell asleep watching it theatrically, and I haven't seen it since. You know, the whole time I was like, wow, Christopher Reeve deserves better. Wow, Mark Hamill deserves better. Wow, John Carpenter directed this shit?
Well, I mean, there's Memoirs of an Invisible Man.
I actually prefer that.
Really?
Because of Sam Neill.
Oh, okay.
Because I think Sam Neill's great in that movie. And yeah, I still kind of like the effects in that movie too. You know, it's weird. I mean, I would rather watch Memoirs of an Invisible Man than The Hollow Man. Let's put it that way. You know, but I would definitely watch The Invisible Man over either. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. No,
any version.
And then it's like people who say Vampires is bad. I mean, I think
Vampires is fun.
Great.
Vampires is a lot of fun. It's a Western. It's not a horror movie. It's a Western with vampires. Yeah. You know? Awesome. I'm just making sure that I didn't miss anything here real quick. Oh, yeah, I did forget. We got one more game to play here, which is good because we are coming up on it. And again, I love this game as well. Best decade. I ask you, or I tell you a certain genre of film. You tell me, in your opinion, what you think the best decade for that particular genre is. And it can go all the way back to the beginning, or it can come all the way up to now. Okay, so it's not, you're not just locked into 70s, 80s, 90s. Okay. And then give us a couple of examples of why you think that's the best decade. Okay. So, best decade for comedy.
See, this one I kind of go back and forth with 80s and 90s, just because like there were some good ones in the 90s as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Tommy Boy, you know, is a great one.
Michael.
No, I mean, I think, man. No, I'm gonna go 80s because I mean, movies like, you know, I I enjoy like Dream Team, and there's all these like kooky comedies in the '80s that I really enjoy. I love Three Amigos. I mean, it's like I don't know. I just feel like in the '80s you really can't go wrong with comedy.
Yeah. Best decade for drama. And if you don't watch drama, that's fine. You can tell me that, because one guest already has told me that. I don't watch that shit. So,
Well, I mean, I would watch those movies because of my mom, like growing up. So I'd probably say like '80s as well. I mean, come on, Steel Magnolias. I there's parts where like I hated that movie for the longest time, but as I started getting older and rewatching it and like seeing what it actually is, I'd laugh through the beginning, and then it just gets so like I was like, oh man, and just that ending with when she's yelling about her daughter, and it's just like it gets you on the heartstrings. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Best decade for war films.
That's hard. Yeah. Well. That's hard because I go all over the place for war. Well, are we just talking like war films like Vietnam, World War
Doesn't
II?
matter what the war is, it's just war films.
Oh wow. Man. Might have to come back to that one because that's
No, you speak now.
Man. Well, I really love Full Metal Jacket. I mean, man, I'm trying to think. I don't know. Like that one, I can't answer because it's just like I'm trying to think of all the war movies I've seen, and I feel like most of the war movies I've seen are from like the '90s. Like Saving Private Ryan and all those others, like the ones that came out like right after each other.
Yeah, that's fine. There's some great war films in the '90s.
Enemy at the Gate. I'll go '90s.
Okay. Best decade for sci-fi.
'80s. That's easy. Friggin' Blade Runner. Empire Strikes Back, Wrath of Khan. I mean, list goes on and on. It's Tron. The Thing. If you want to do sci-fi horror, I mean, it's just like, I mean, the list goes. RoboCop. I mean, come on, man. Predator. Yeah. It's like Last Starfighter.
Best decade for horror.
I'm gonna say again, '80s. I'm gonna go '80s just because it's like you got Freddy, Jason, Michael, you got the big three, you got Evil Dead 2, it's like despite what anybody say, I mean, even then, just anime too. Like if you look at Vampire Hunter D, Demon City Shinjuku, it's just like I don't know. I just feel like '80s just had like everything, Reanimator, it had horror comedy, it had like straight up horror. It had everything. I felt like the '80s just had everything in it. You got Hellraiser.
Yeah. To me, I always go with the '80s for horror because if nothing else, the practical effects.
Yeah.
Because those guys were rock stars. I mean, they really were. Tom Savini and Rick Baker and Chris Wallace and Rob Bottin. I mean, all of those guys. They were rock stars. We used to subscribe to Fangoria magazine. Like some kids would go to Sports Illustrated just to check out, what they were doing and shit. I mean, yeah, it's great stuff.
I mean, '70s is like right there because I mean, you got Jaws, you got, Dawn of the Dead. It's just like, The
Omen.
The Omen, yeah. I'm not
Texas
a big
Chainsaw, yeah.
You got Shivers. I mean, there's just so many. Alien, the original Alien. I mean,
yeah. No,
Halloween.
'70s and the '80s for horror, definitely, and sci-fi. I would go with.
I will say the '70s is grittier.
Yeah,
it's definitely a lot grittier than the '80s. '80s is like, okay, it's a little bit more polished, but still has that. I mean, it's got, like you said.
'80s horror is fun.
Mm-hmm.
'70s horror is not.
Yeah. Black Christmas. I mean, you
Billy.
leave. Yeah, the way that movie ends, I'm just like, oh my god,
Billy. It's creepy, man.
Yeah.
But anyways, if anybody has questions for me or Larry, this would be the time because we're almost done here, and I've got a lot of announcements to make because I did put in the little description the other day that I was going to make an announcement about the immediate future of my channel and this show, and we will be doing that very shortly. But let's go through some more comments here real quickly just to make sure. Michael keeps on saying 80s, 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 80s. And she's, yep, same thing, 80s. Platoon, Full Metal Jacket, Hamburger Hill. Yep, all 80s. Is Sniper underrated? Sniper's a great movie. The original one.
Yeah,
anyways.
the original. The Tom Berenger one, yeah. That one, right?
Yeah. Love Heaven and Earth, even though no one else seems to. I saw that when it first came out, Michael, but I don't remember it. That's Oliver Stone, I believe, Tommy Lee Jones, where it's like it's almost like a love story. And Vietnam's like the backdrop of
I
it.
think I've seen that one.
80s all day long, 70s still honorable.
Yeah.
And yeah, 70s horror was grim. Yeah. You know, what is it? Don't Look Now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it doesn't get much darker than that shit, you know? I mean, but anyways, I want to take this opportunity real quickly. Like I said, I want to make a couple of announcements, but before I go on to stuff about my show, I want to take this opportunity because I'm a whore. I got to mention on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, the 23rd at 7 p.m. Eastern time on Sean at Movie Assaults channel, or the Talking Movies with Sean, Kenny, and Jim channel, which is Talking Movies 2024. We are going to be talking about overlooked movies that we feel don't get as much love as they deserve. They might be well known, but maybe they weren't big hits at the time, or they've been forgotten about as the years have gone by, you know, that sort of thing. So that's going to be, you can watch that live, either, like I said, either on Sean's channel or on the Talking Movies 2024 channel. That will be Tuesday, September 23rd at 7 p.m. Eastern time. You can also download that on podcast the next day on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts, if you'd rather go that route. As far as this show goes, this is episode 19 with Larry here. The next one will be in 2 weeks, like it always is. That will be episode 20 with Matt, your good friend Matt, at Pugwall 316. Okay, he's over in the UK. Matt's a great guy. That will be the first show in October, or Shocktober, as I call it. And nice. Shocktober is going to be special this year, guys. I'm going to be doing a live show every week instead of every 2 weeks in Shocktober, and I'm going to be focusing on horror channels. Larry here, even though it's September, he was the start of this little trend, okay? Matt will be on my show in 2 weeks on the 4th. On the 11th, episode 21 will be with Anthony from Anthony's Horror and More. On the 18th of October, episode 22 will be with Brian at the Horror Punk. And episode 23, which will be the 25th of October, and this one I'm really looking forward to, will be with Kara and Mika from the Double Feature Podcast. They will be the first women that I have on the channel. They will be the first multiple guests that I have on the channel, and I am really looking forward to having those two lovely ladies on as well. So for the not next week, but starting in October, I will be on every Saturday at this time doing this show.
Nice.
Every day that I am not doing this show in October, I will be dropping a video in October, and I will be highlighting one film every day. That will be my recommended horror film for that day. More details on that will come up as we get closer to that. I will also be giving away digital codes for several films at the end of October. And unless Dodger fan claims his prize that I gave out a month ago, Final Destination Bloodlines will be included in that. I've tried to reach this guy a couple of times, haven't heard a peep. So wow. It's coming up on 30 days. So I figure once it gets to 30 days, it's going back in the bin. And there will be multiple codes in that giveaway. And more details will be coming up on that giveaway as we get closer to that date. And then I'm taking a month off. As of right now, I am not planning on doing anything the month of November, with the exception of the show with Sean and Kenny. That will not change. I will still be on with those guys. Now, it might change. I might end up dropping a video here and there. But last year, I tried to do a video every day. It damn near killed me. And I almost quit the channel completely. And I decided to take a month off, recharge my batteries, and everything was good. So I don't want to take a risk of burning out again. So as of right now, that is the plan, that I am going to be taking off in November. But I miss you guys, so chances are I won't. But that is the plan for the immediate future of Jim's movie channel and this show specifically. So hopefully you guys will be able to tune in into those shows. And again, I'll be plugging those shows as we get a little bit closer to it. At this point, because again, we're almost at the end here, but I want to give my good friend Larry here a chance to plug his channel, whatever he's got coming up, whatever social media he's on. Sir, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you. And again, thank you for having me on. This was really a lot of fun. What I got coming up, well, tonight, as a matter of fact, I'm going to be, I've been doing this thing called Conversations With that was inspired by you and Patrick, actually.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's nice one of those, it's one of those things where it's like, it's just kind of like, I just bring on a different guest and I ask them, you know, just kind of how they got started, stuff like that. Tonight, we're going to have Rob's vintage video.
Yeah.
Really cool dude. Yeah, why he doesn't have more subscribers is beyond me. Cause he's amazing. He's super cool and everything.
Yeah.
Beyond that, it's going to be, I'm planning to do at least, I normally do only one a month, but in October, I was hoping to do maybe two, one, just a singular guest, and then maybe doing something like I did last year. I did Spooktober, whereas like I did each weekend, I would do like have several guests on and just kind of just, you know, just have a powwow about a bunch of stuff. And I don't know if I have the bandwidth to do that this year, just because there's a lot going on in October.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to do something special because it is my 3rd year anniversary. So kind of keep an eye out for that. And then I have a particular figure that this year I was like, okay, I want to do something to coincide with that. So I want to do something really special with that figure. And I've announced the figure. I'm just not going to say what it is right now. But I have shown it on some of my videos recently. I've shown the video, or I've shown the figure. So there's that. And yeah, just pretty much the same thing every week, just dropping a new review on something. Had a box of stuff come in, and I have another really cool box that's going to be coming soon of stuff. So, and I might end up going to Spirit Halloween again because I'm basic like that. But no, yeah, just that's pretty much it. And then just drop stuff on my Instagram with previews and stuff like that. And yeah, I actually might do some more designs for my shirt store.
Nice. Yeah, because I know you got a nice little merch line going on your site. So, but like I said earlier, everybody, if you haven't already done so, please get over to Larry's channel. You can find him at the Horcat Dad. As you can see from the last 2 hours, he's a great guy. He's got a great channel. I forgot to ask you, since you brought up the collectibles, because I did want to bring a little bit into the collectibles in this, but without going into what you're talking about, okay, is there one thing on your shelf that every time you look at it, you just go, man, I'm so happy I got that? You know, like your crown jewel. What do you think would be?
There's a couple. There's not a couple. There's several that I have.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can really see it. It's on display like behind me back there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the Bloodstone from Subspecies.
Oh, okay.
When they announced that, I was like, I have to have that. Like,
that's a deep cut too.
I mean, that's one of my, I love that series minus part 4.
Yeah. Part 4 is pretty bad.
I mean, even Ted Nicolau, even he kind of like, he knows that it's bad, you know?
Yeah.
But no, it's like, yeah, I just really love Subspecies. And when they announced that they were going to do an actual scale one, I was so like, I was like, okay, I need to get this. And when I finally was able to get it, it's just like, I was so happy that I got it. The other thing would probably be my, I didn't get to meet him. I wish I would have met him. I have a photo of the Creature from the Black Lagoon signed by Rico Browning before he passed away.
Oh, wow.
Like I sent in to buy it, from one of those signature places, because he was at like some convention in Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
and I sent in for it, and I finally got it. And then, I mean, he passed away not too long after that. So I was like, oh man. But yeah, that's again, I love Creature from the Black Lagoon. My probably like my mecca one that just like I can't believe I got this was just my Dawn of the Dead. It's a mini poster, but I have everybody's signature. Romero's,
Oh, nice.
I have Flyboy. I mean, some of those people are not with us anymore. The last
Right.
one I was missing, my it's gonna sound messed up, my white whale, even though, it's kind of
Yeah.
messed up. What the last signature I needed was Ken Foray.
Yeah.
I think he was the last one. But I got Galen Ross. Tom Savini on it. I even got Argento to sign it too.
Wow. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, Dawn of the Dead is my favorite. I mean, let me rephrase that. The Thing is my favorite horror film of all time.
Mhm.
Dawn of the Dead is the greatest horror film of all time. Period. It's just, you look up horror masterpiece, and to me, that's it. It's just, I adore that film. So yeah, I am very jealous of you right now. but anyways, Larry, this was great. I can't thank you enough. I'm giving you an open invitation to come back at a future date if you'd like,
Sure,
and
sure.
we can pick up some more. I'm still planning, once I get through the list of guests that I originally had, I'm going to start combining some guests and getting more than one person at a time on. That's going to probably be next year. Cool. And I'm hoping at some point to get like an American and a European guest at the same time, just to mix it up a little bit and see if there's like any kind of. We'll get Barry on here and he can tell us about black sausage or black pudding or whatever that nasty shit.
And I'll tell him about sweetbreads, Mexican sweetbreads.
Yeah, there you go. Barry, thank you so much, and everybody else that's come into the chat. I cannot thank you guys enough. Mike says visited a castle in Romania.
Nice.
Was pretty sure it was in subspecies. That's cool. That's really cool. And you great discussion, guys. Sub to your channel, Larry. Oh, that's great. Thank you so much. Jeff, awesome dudes, awesome chat. Cheers. Thank you, Jeff. As always, you're one of my favorites. Thank you so much, buddy. Jim is driving too close to the edge now with having more than one guy. Drop some more films in there, guys. And Papa says, both of you are awesome. Thank you, Papa. You're awesome, buddy. So I think on that one, we're going to call it a day, everybody. But again, I want to thank every one of you for being here today. This show would not be anything without you guys in the chat, keeping the conversation going. So again, I cannot thank each and every one of you enough. Some of you are here every week. And again, your support means everything to me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And on that one, I think I'm going to say thank you to Larry one more time for being here, sir. We'll be talking soon, I'm sure, on your channel. I'm going to be in the chat on the show that you have with Rob tonight. Looking forward to that.
Awesome.
And everybody else in the chat or watching on replay, I hope you all have a great weekend. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care, everybody.